Hey there and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for being here. First and foremost, my name is Sarah Ann. If you're new, hit the subscribe button before you leave. And if you're a returning subscriber, I've said this literally a million times, if you're not following me, if you haven't hit the little bell down below, I don't know what you're doing. I've told you, you know. It is July something. On August 18th, it will be my 31st birthday. Some of you know I'm 30, some of you might not know I'm 30. And I really wanted to wait until closer to my birthday to make this video, but I feel like this has been on my mind like a lot lately. I've been talking about it with friends, and there have been a lot of interesting things that happens when you hit 30 and leading up to 31, and the way like my body has been changing, and I feel like I really want to talk about that and open up about it, whether or not you're 30 or up, or you're turning 30 yourself and you're nervous about it or what have you. But like, this isn't necessarily even like how to get my confidence or whatever. Like, I just really feel like I want to talk about it and let it out, be more like honest and like vocal about where I'm at and like what being 30 has felt like for me. So as like inauthentic as this sounds, I'm gonna get into the video, so grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's get started. As I mentioned, I'm 30, and like, little backstory for me, I have notoriously hated the idea of aging. On my 19th birthday, or sorry, my 20th birthday, I cried so much. You can ask any of my family members. I was a wreck. Because I didn't want to be older. I didn't want to be 20. And even though I didn't have that same like extreme negative reaction to turning 30, there was still like a lot of fear about it. But then the day of, obviously, like, you don't feel different. Like, nothing really feels different until you're 6 months into being 30 and suddenly you're just like, oh, like, things are changing. I don't feel like I'm like a youth anymore. And I felt like I had at least 10 more years until I felt like that, and I genuinely thought it was me. I also thought that like I'm just being like, you know, overcritical Sarah, until I like started to talk to other friends about it who like turned 30 themselves, and like, your body changes, not just physically but like internally. Things really start to change. It just feels like a little weird to me. And like, for full disclosure, like, my confidence has dipped a little because, and I was saying this to a friend the other day, because she was like opening up to me about not feeling super confident anymore, and like, her and I have known each other for so long, and we've seen each other go through like our ups and downs, but like, you know, but for a good chunk there, we had both kind of like figured ourselves out. And she kind of like vented to me a little bit about how she feels like certain aspects of her body that shouldn't be changing are already changing, and like, I couldn't agree more. Sometimes it just feels like a little bit weird to like sit down and talk to the camera. I feel like I need to like be like mukbanging or something. I'm just gonna take a sip of water. It just feels a little like I'm getting older, and I didn't realize I was like getting older yet. Not to like cry, but apparently that's something that happens when you turn 32. You just cry at everything. Oh my god, don't even show me a dog video. I will cry and lose it. I feel like I need to say this. Oh man, I feel like I'm gonna cry. So many of you love Mouse. But we lost him last week. Oh man, I feel like it hasn't really like totally hit me either, because I wasn't there, and I was very supportive of Gil for the decision. He was not well, like, at all. He was like mentally not there, and you know, had no like bowel control anymore, and we like made the decision to end his suffering. There had been a few situations where Gil had come home and he was like somehow like tied up in cords, and Gil literally had to like cut him out, and we just kept coming back to like, we don't want to come home and find that he got into a place and really hurt himself or was struggling and suffering for a while. Like, we want to know that he went peacefully. but part of me is like really sad that I didn't get to see him again before. But then again, I know me, I don't think I would have handled it well. This isn't about Mouse, but I really feel like I needed to address it because, you know, once I get back to Boston, he's not gonna be like meowing in my videos anymore. And it's gonna be weird. This is all about how I cry all the time, and look at me. I just sort of feel like I want to talk about this and be open about the aspects of being like 30 and up that maybe not like a lot of people talk about, or maybe they do, or I mean, maybe I'm not finding it. Maybe you guys like can say something to me, and I'm not sitting here, I don't want you guys to sit here and think I'm like shit talking being 30, because I got my life together this year. I'm moving out. I feel like I finally have like a light at the end of my tunnel, and I'm happy. It's just that in some ways, like, I'm mourning the loss of what my body used to be, and also like I feel like I started this story and I never ended it, but you know, my friend and I like kind of came to the conclusion that why we feel the way we do about our bodies now is because, like, you know, we had all this time to get used to like the way our bodies were. Like for me, like, you know, being fat and like the way my body looked, and then I felt like suddenly things started to change. Your bladder can't hold as much anymore. I pee all the time. Just really feel like sometimes you need to talk about it and you need to be honest about it. And for me, like, my body is changing, and do I think I'm gonna be like insecure with myself for the long haul? No, I just sometimes feel like I now have to kind of get used to me being different, and sometimes like change is really, really scary. Like, I don't always do change very well. Actually, I never do change well. As much as I'm preaching like body positivity to you guys and stuff, like, I think that's a thing that people don't know or don't want to necessarily like grasp about it, is like bodies inevitably do change, and sometimes when they change, that means like relearning to love your body, and that's why it's like literally a never-ending journey, and you really need to be on board, whatever that means for you. And I'm just realizing that like my fear of always getting older, I felt like I had like at least 10 to 20 years before like being like, okay, I'm getting older, but not that being 30's old, not that I feel like I'm like aging so much as I've aged. I feel like I really have to disclaimer this. I just feel like it's more apparent to me now than when I was like 27. Do you guys ever feel this way? What was something that you did to kind of make yourself feel better? And also like general life updates. I really have been rethinking like where I'm going with this channel and what I'm doing with it, and 100% will always be doing hauls, love fashion, but I just want to be more of myself. I want to sit in front of this camera and talk to you guys and just have like a general conversation, as opposed to me always like bestowing my wisdom, because sometimes I don't have wisdom to bestow. In this situation, I'm coming to you guys because I know that you guys have so much great advice. You guys are amazing. You are literally so good. Like, I read all the comments. I might not always respond, but I read them all, and like for the most part, you guys are all so freaking supportive and amazing, and I love you for that. I would also like to hear what you think about these videos of me just like chatting to you and like giving you life updates and hearing your feedback and your advice to me, because I want this to feel like we're friends, and I want this to feel like, you know, what friends do. Like, sometimes one of the friends needs advice. I want you guys to get to know me a little bit more. I've really come to this point in my life where I've realized there's only so much of that I can do in fashion videos. So I've got a lot of watermelon downstairs calling my name, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video, and I feel like I've cried enough, and if I talk about Mouse again, I'll cry. Anything that you want to share with me, like, seriously, it would be super appreciated, and like just let me know like where you were at when you like turned 30 or 31 or 32 or 33. This isn't me just being like a whiny baby. Like, in a lot of ways, I'm super, super grateful about being able to turn 30 at all, because I know so many people in my life who like legitimately just stepped out onto the road and that was it. That was it for them. So I'm super, super grateful about being here. I mean, I just feel like it's just the reality for me. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. Don't forget, you can find new videos from me every Wednesday and every Sunday, and new blog posts every Tuesday and every Thursday. And I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.